Hey team, as you know, weight training is so important for so many reasons, and we all have our own unique reasons for why we need to pick up the weights. For myself, I am a runner, I'm a long distance cyclist, I'm an advanced skier, and I lift weights so I can do all of those things better and so I can stay injury free. So whatever your motivation might be, it's important that you do pick up the weights and be consistent. And so that's why you can join me today on this 40-20 workout, combination of 40 seconds of strength with 20 seconds of cardio. As always, make sure you've got a good range of weights, have some water, and I'll see you on the mat for a warm up. Okay, let's get started in our warm up. We're gonna start with bum kick rows today. So we're going to bring our heels to our bum, pull those arms in tight to our rib cage just to warm up our hamstrings and our back, and just to get the heart rate up a little bit before we start. So taking your time, just shifting your weight from side to side. You can go slower pace here if you need to, or you can pick up the pace and go faster, whatever feels accessible for you. All right, and done. All right, we're gonna come up to the top of our mat here. Take a big step back, and you're going to sweep your hands overhead, pressing that back thigh forward. So you really get a nice hip flexor stretch here, and we'll step up and alternate. So find your balance, keeping that front knee tracking straight, and change it up here. So take your time. If you need to stay here a little longer, please do so. Good. All right, we'll do one more on each side here. Those hip flexors are often, find balance, are often very tight just from a lot of sitting. Good. And we'll change sides here. Okay, excellent. And then let's go into our side lunge. So we're gonna alternate that side lunge, bending that outer knee, keeping one leg completely straight just so you feel that nice inner thigh stretch. Good. Keeping that chest up and pushing off that outer leg just to feel your glute. Excellent. We'll do one last one here and done. And let's come to center and we'll march. Take those arms back, big arm circles, just to warm up those arms, warm up those shoulders. Good. All right, and let's take it the other way. Big arm circles forwards. Excellent. And then we'll do one last move and we'll get started. Excellent. Okay, last one. Feet shoulder width apart. We're going to squat, pulse, jump. So we're going to squat, pulse, jump. If the jump doesn't feel good to you, then you can pop up on your toes. So here we go. You pick what works for you. Get that heart rate up a little bit. Chest up. Last one, and done. Awesome. Okay, walk it out, have a quick sip of water, and we're gonna get started. So 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of cardio. We do everything twice. So the first exercise, we need some bicep curl weights. So if you're newer, aim lighter. Otherwise, you can take a medium weight. We're gonna step up to the top of the mat here. From here, we're gonna step back in that reverse lunge, find our balance. Bicep curl in that bottom position is harder. Easier is to curl at the top. So we're gonna alternate this, lowering that back knee to the ground, keeping that front foot straight at 12 o'clock. All right, last one here, and done. Okay, excellent. So next up, little cardio action, a squat to a monster kick. So warm up the hamstrings here too, feet shoulder apart. We're gonna lower into our squat, come up, kick that leg out straight. See if you can touch your foot. If you can't, that's okay. And Done, excellent. Okay, next up is a dumbbell swing. So if in doubt, go lighter. Otherwise, medium weight here. We're gonna take our feet shoulders apart. From here, interlace your hands, chest up. We're gonna lower into a squat and rise up. Squeeze your glutes. So arms stay straight here, core strong. This will get your heart rate up and you'll feel your glutes. And done. Woo! All right, next up, you can do this body weight or you can take light weights at your chest. So squat to punch. We are, and we'll hold the weights at our chest, squat, punch across. Pivoting on your foot, hips move with you. And done. Awesome. Okay, we are coming down to the floor here. Quick transition, push up to side plank. So easier is on your knees, push up to stack your knees, and you'll alternate. Harder is to come up on your toes. From here you do your push up and roll, hand is extended. Core strong, and alternating that side. All right, last one. Let's get that push up in. And done. Woo! Okay, great job. We're staying down here for plank. If you want to make it harder, we're going to plank jack. So on hands or toes, you can tap out, hold a plank, or open and close your legs, keeping your hips up and your core strong. And done. Woo! Excellent. Okay, quick water if you need to. Otherwise, we're back to that reverse lunge curl. Great job. Okay, whew. Deep breath. Roll those shoulders back. Ready, set, let's go. So, as always, pause me if you need to. This is your easier option. Harder, remember, is to curl at the bottom position. And done. Woo, excellent. Okay, put that down. We're back into the squat with monster kicks. So feet shoulders apart. Here we go. Sink your hips back, kick out. Done. Woo. All right, shake that out. Dumbbell swings are next. Doing great. Woo. All right. So remember, feet shoulders apart, toes are straight. Good grip on that weight. We don't want it to go flying. Chest up, hinging, squeezing your glutes. and done. Woo! Fantastic. That gets your heart rate up. Woo! And it's gonna stay up, squat to punch. So body weight or not, weights at your chest, lowering that squat, punch across. Palm down, popping up of that ball of the foot.
Trying to reach you, 'cause I feel you. What's the story to tell?
Done. Woo! Fabulous. Okay, coming down in that push-up side plank combo. So you can always stay with just side planks, push-ups, whatever feels best. Hands are the width of the mat, feet are shoulder apart. We're lowering into that push-up. Hands underneath your shoulder. Hips are stacked in that side plank. And done. Woo, I almost fell over. I guess that happens. All right, we're back down for plank check. So on elbows or hands, remember you can tap out, hold your plank, or core strong, hop those legs open and closed. And done. Awesome. We're done round one. Quick water, and we're back for round two. All right, next up is our deadlift to high row combination. So you want to have weights you can put high and wide. Feet are hip distance apart. We're hinging, nice flat back, rising up, hips are forward, pulling it high and wide at the top. So keeping that core engaged. As we lower, hips are forward, and getting the back of shoulders in. And we are done. Okay, I snuck that in. All right, shuffles are next. So working sideways on your mat, you can stay up and back and forth, or you can touch the floor to make it a tiny bit harder and get more glutes in. And done. Awesome. Okay, next up, squat to press. So something you can safely press overhead. Make sure core is nice and tight on this. All right, our feet are hip distance apart. We're lower into that squat. Rise up, hips are forward. Press those arms straight overhead. Hips back, and then hips forward. Inhale down, and breathe out on that press. And we are done. Okay, great. Whew. All right, we're trucking along. Next up, we're gonna run as an option, forward and back, or you can jump. So we're gonna use our hands to hop forward and run back, or you can run forward and back, whatever works. and done. Awesome. Okay, one weight overhead, something lighter if in doubt. So overhead tricep extensions. From here, we're gonna take that weight. Now you can stand on 2 feet here. Arms up, hips are forward. Deep bend in your elbows, straighten your arms. If you don't love that position, you can go into a staggered stance, which generally is easier on your back. Just be mindful of the back of your neck here. And done. Awesome. Okay, last cardio in this set is option 1. So jumping jacks, side to side, no impact, tap and clap, or the full jack. Let's go. You pick. And done. Whew, awesome. Okay, quick water if you need to. We're back to that deadlift high row. So, all right, make sure you've got weights that you can get up nice and high. So, feet are hip distance apart. Deep breath, and let's go. So keep that core nice and tight. Hips are forward, and pulling those arms up nice and high and back at the top. And done. Awesome. Okay. Whew. That means we're into shuffle. So here we go. Remember, it's good to move our body sideways. All right, ready, set, and go. Good. So you can go slower, faster pace here, or add that touch. And done. Awesome. Okay, that means squat to press is next. So pace yourself. Our heart rate gets up in this. So feet shoulders apart, and let's inhale down, rise up, press up. So pace yourself, squeeze your glutes, and full extension of those arms. And done. Awesome. Okay, way to go. Woo. All right, remember, running forward and back is an option, lesser impact option, or walking, or we're gonna add that jump. So ready, set, big jump, landing lightly, using those arms. And done. Awesome. Okay, overhead tricep extensions. So remember, lighter to medium weight on this. And again, you can go into that staggered stance, which I actually like a lot for this one. Arms up, hips are forward. Trying to keep those elbows nice in line with your shoulders. And, oh, done. Oh, I was feeling that at the end. Woo. Awesome, hopefully you were too. So, all right, this is our last cardio. Non-impact jacks or jacks. So tap and clap or full jacks. And done. Awesome. Way to go. All right, have a sip of water and then we're coming down to the mat for our last set. All right, you have the option to do a sit-up with an overhead press with one weight. That's the only weight you need to use on this set as an option. So I'll show you some options here. Option one for an easier sit-up is to lay back, knees up to your chest, hands behind your head, lifting up and lowering. Otherwise, you can do a sit-up, scoot your feet out a little bit further, hands in front, rise up. If you want the harder option, you can take your weight at your chest, rise up, and we'll add that overhead press. So slowly wheeling your spine onto the mat, sitting nice and tall at the top. And done. Okay, next up is a jackknife. So we're going to make ourselves a C, and from here you're going to extend your arm out in front of you, feet are slightly forward. From here, easiest option is to lift your one leg up off the mat, or you can lift both legs up. So from here, squeeze your sides, use that bottom arm to help you slide up. And done. Awesome. Okay, next up are dead bugs. So you can do a bent knee option as your easiest option. Arms up, legs up, back is flat, lowering the opposite arm and leg to the floor. Harder is your single leg drop, or you can do double as a harder option. Be mindful of your low back. And done. Okay, excellent. So that means we have the jackknife on the other side. So again, the more rounded your legs are, the easier this will be. Arm is extended out to the side. And remember from here, easier is to lift one leg up, slide your arm in, or both. So you pick what works best for you. And done. Okay, great. That means we do it one more time. So back to the side, sit up with press if that was the option that you chose, otherwise a sit up. So we're gonna lay on our back here, feet are a little bit away from us, and we will rise up, elbows are tight. You can add that press. You also have the option just to do the weighted sit up and slowly lowering. And done. Awesome. Okay, that means jackknife is back. So you might find one side is harder to do than the other, and that's very normal. Find this is my harder side. So take the modification if you need.
So much money spent on fuel, beating heartache on the move. Sometimes I just wish we knew, hey, how to call up with our
And done. Excellent. Okay, so, right? It's about showing self-compassion and knowing what your body can do well. So, all right, dead bugs are next. Arms up, legs up, and that is what my workouts are all about. And done. Oh, that means we jackknife on the other side and we are stretching, friends. So we're almost done. All right, so get yourself in position here and let's finish. So finish strong, listen to your body. We're almost there. And woo, you are done. Way to go. Guess what? It's time to stretch. All right, let's go into a pigeon pose today. So an option is a figure 4 stretch. So from here, hands are on the floor, step that leg back into a high plank and swing that leg forward. And from here, you can stay up on your hands if you're really tight, or you can come down onto your elbows and take your head to your hand. And breathe. You should feel a nice glute stretch on that bent leg. Okay, and let's switch sides. So you can step that back foot up and switch legs here. And breathe. See how that feels on the other side. Trying to keep your shoulders soft. And all right, let's come up to standing. So let's stretch out those hamstrings. Let's take that leg forward, toe up, shifting your hips back, hands on that upper thigh, and feeling that stretch on the back of your leg. Okay, let's switch sides. So if you feel particularly tight and you need more attention and time, please take that time. It's so important to get that stretching in. I know we're often busy and we think the workout is the priority, but it is so important to stretch the muscle groups out that you've used. So that way, quad stretch, so just grab the top of your foot here, grab something for balance if you need. That way you're not as sore the next day. It just helps better range of motion over time. Good, and let's switch sides here. So, balance. There we go, lock it in. Good, and then release that in big arm circles backwards, just like we did in the warm-up. Good, and then let's take those arms forward. Good, and then we're gonna reach up and over, getting that nice stretch down the rib cage here. Breathe. And let's do the same thing on the opposite side. Reach. All right, done. See, another workout done in the books. And so I hope you feel really proud of yourself. Make sure, as always, you get water in, have some protein, and I will see you at the next workout. Thanks for being here.